Welcome back into another episode of Spaceman 2.0 show, where you're going to learn to grow in the knowledge and wisdom of the truth, and the truth will set you free. Just like, unfortunately, the fires across the world lately have been setting the wildlife free from being alive on this planet. And it's quite a sin if you ask me. But if you look at fire as a destructive aspect, and you can use it as a weapon. We've seen it all over the world. We've seen it in Gaza, incinerating people with phosphorus bombs and stuff like that. Fires that will not go out. So, why is Argentina having fires close to the Falkland Islands, where Hitler went to Antarctica to get away? But with that being said, Patagonia is a beautiful part of Argentina. Just like Canada's nature was up in flames, California wildfires, Hawaii's wildfires, Energy weapons, maybe, as well as human ignition. Across Canada, there was more people caught for arson across British Columbia, especially in the first part of the year. And it's like, how are fires starting? January, February, March, before even it dries out. So let's listen up.
In Patagonia is that they behave as if they didn't need to respect the laws of Argentina. And then they are very rude to people. They can walk into a supermarket and start eating food without paying, for example, because they know there won't be any local authority to tell them anything, because they have political backing behind them, to say the least. And several things have drawn attention in that regard. One is that we were in Patagonia this summer where there were very important fires, very, very important in Patagonia, right on the trails where these Israeli soldiers walk. And part of the paradox is that fires always start in Patagonia near waterways. So President Milei changed the land law and the forest law so that any foreigner could buy land in Argentina right now. And he removed the forest law through which, if a part of a forest burns down beforehand, it couldn't be sold for 20 years. So that prevented intentional fires from starting, because if someone had a piece of native forest, let's say fine, someone else could set it on fire and come and offer it much cheaper, when in reality they keep the land, and it's still next to a waterway. So far, Oscar, there has been only one case in which a person has been found setting forest fires in Patagonia, and it was on the Chilean side, right? It was a forest of more than 15,000 hectares in the Torres del Paine National Park, and it was indeed an Israeli soldier. The soldier's name is Roder Singer. He acknowledged that he had deliberately set fire to the Torres del Paine National Park, but the Zionist lobby within the Chilean judiciary got them fined only 7,500 euros. Plus, in recent weeks, a long-standing theme has been confirmed. In Argentina, Israeli citizens will be able to have all the same rights as Argentine citizens and even collect a pension from the Argentine pension system, even if they've never worked here, and even if they don't even live in Argentina. In other words, the Argentine pension system will start supporting Israeli retirees. It's as crazy as you're hearing it.
Va a empezar a mantener a jubilados israelíes. Es así de desquiciado como lo está haciendo.
Let's just confirm this. President Javier, right? Milei's proposed changes to Argentina's fire management law. Okay. These changes coincide with record wildfires in Patagonia. Okay, you could read that for yourself, but this shows you that he's changing the laws as it's happening. And Israeli citizens who move to Argentina and establish legal residency can access their social security system. And this is supposed to be that it's like, if you go to Israel, you can get the same thing. But regarding citizenship, Argentina does not offer citizenship by investment. But however, Israeli citizens can apply for Argentine citizenship through naturalization after residing in Argentina for 2 continuous years. That's not too hard. Just stay there and keep cozy by the fire, I guess. Now, why would this be all over allegations that Israeli tourists are setting Patagonia fires even though they're on the trails at similar times? Oh, it just happens to be. But they did find someone in Chile who burnt down 11,000 hectares. Is President Javier Milei a member of the Chabad, Lubavitch? No, but he expresses admiration for Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the Lubavitcher rabbi. So, whom he regards as a spiritual guide. So keep that in mind as he gives special privileges over to the Israelis who come in and can now buy up land on new burnt down forest. Not only in Patagonia, but across California, across Canada, and Hawaii. Let's never forget how these fires have taken a huge toll on the people and the wildlife. Here's some history of the great fires that swept across the world from the 1800s. And they don't seem to include all of Hawaii and Canada yet. But what is a Holocaust? Holocaust refers to a systemic state-sponsored